Hello guys, how are you? Hope all of you are doing well and healthy. My name is Shery. I'm the sister of Mark, and actually he asked me to do this video to share the secret of my success on growing cherry tomatoes just right here behind me. And I'm going to share this with you, and I hope it will be very helpful. First of all, I'm a very amateur planter. I just started collecting plants during the pandemic to add more color into my flat, and it turned out very well. And one day, my brother which is Mark, told me to why not try planting cherry tomatoes. And so I did. I bought this seed the first time that I've ever done or ever thought of doing, and this is the seed that I bought from the local gardening, the yellow cherry tomato. I clipped it up because I didn't use all of it. It contains 50 pieces inside, so you don't really need all of them. Of course, I've done a little bit of my research, and they said that you just need a couple of sprouts and so on. We'll go through it in a little while. And so I bought this seed and started planting. But the one that really excites my brother, that's why he asked me to do this video, is I am living in the Middle East and I grow my plants indoors, which is quite very fascinating for him because cherry tomatoes usually are actually an outdoor plants because they need a lot of sunlight. And so just like what I said, I'm here in the Middle East. I will tell you how was it possible for me to do this. So first off, I plant the seed, and after a few days, it sprouts. Actually, I got so impatient with it, watering it so much. It took the seed so long to sprout, but eventually it did, and I was quite very excited. I got a lot of sprouts, almost 12 of them, and I've given a few to my brother and my sister-in-law and my friends as well. So how does a sprout looks like for cherry tomato? It looks exactly like this. I just did this a few days ago because one of my friends asked me to do some seeding for her, and she's quite scared to start it. So I volunteered, and there you go. This is how it looks like. And from here, all you have to do is wait for it to grow 3 times the pot. So if your pot's like this small, which is the size of my hand, if this small, if it goes 3 times more than this, then that's the time for your repotting. And so I did before. I was quite excited before, so instead of doing twice repotting, I did 3 times. So that's how the lockdown maybe did have their influence on me. So I repotted it 3 times more than the size of this, and then I repotted it again. Though it's up to you, twice or thrice like me. I was just bored, or maybe it's really the secret of cherry tomatoes. But yes, cherry tomatoes needs to be repotted, because I have friends that goes from here and repots, and goes from here and doesn't really repot it on the right time, and so their cherry tomato die. And some people also just put the seed in a big pot and just let it grow from there, which is certified. It doesn't really do well. If the cherry tomato grows, it doesn't really produce seed. Maybe that's really the magic of repotting. So on my part, after I repotted it on a bigger pot, here's the bigger pot that I'm talking about, which is our normal pots over here. Let me just show you. This is how it looks like. This is how big it is. And after that, I just kind of maintain it. But as I noticed my cherry tomatoes growing, it kind of like needed support. That's why you can see all these green sticks over here. And I also use this band, the green flexible band, to hold them up into the sticks, because otherwise your cherry tomato will just go down. When it comes to watering, I would, in the beginning, especially in the seeding, once a day, you have to water the cherry tomatoes. You don't let them go dry, because they need that support of water and a lot of sun. Now here I'll be adding the video later as to where does really my cherry tomatoes situated on my apartment, because they are put right behind this camera, and for the video purpose I have to put it this way for you to see it properly, otherwise it will be against the sun, as my flat is facing east. So with that being said, my cherry tomato gets almost 6 hours indoors. Though it's indoors, it gets direct sun with, of course, the glass is there, but it gets that sun still. In the beginning, I will water it one time a day, and as it grows, I will just have to check the soil if it needs watering or not. But usually, since cherry tomatoes, it's our fruits, they would be needing the support of the water. They don't like not being watered for 3 days. You will know, because their leaves started to sag and goes down. And obviously here, my leaves are okay. And it's just early here. I didn't water them yet. It's a little saggy down, but it's still okay actually with the water. So it looks like this. I actually have here a ripe one actually. So let me show you. This is the ripe one over here. It's hiding. There's the ripe one. So as you can see, there's a lot of fruits already. And what's so surprising actually is I planted this seed around June, and the local planters here, the store, said that it's not a good idea because it's really hot, and this is like the peak season here in the Middle East. And out of boredom, I just did it anyway, and maybe I'm really lucky and I was able to sprout them. And so here you are. I have 5 of them growing and actually taller than me. This one here is actually taller than me. And yeah, that's the story of my cherry tomato. Putting tender love and care with them always makes my day every morning. Seeing them grow, they grow really fast, and I have to take care of the suckers that grows on them, since I put it on a pot actually. What do you mean by suckers? Suckers are the ones that grow in between the main branch and the other branches, which is in this case, let me show you again. Suckers usually grows in between here, this is here, or let me find a sucker for you, but I think I already removed all of them. Usually they grow here, which is, I just removed there. As you can see, there's a stem that I removed, and here as well there's a stem that I removed there. So it's from the main branch, in between a branch and the main branch. So you have to take care of that. Why? Because when it comes to cherry tomatoes, you want to have the energy focus on the main stem and all the fruits that it grows. And yeah, and you just have to remove them. Your cherry tomatoes in a pot don't need it. Otherwise, some people leave it because their cherry tomatoes are planted direct in soil in the garden, which I don't have the pleasure of having. So yeah, I hope this is helpful, and that's my secret in growing them. I will connect, like I will also have another shorter video showing you where they are really situated in my house. And good luck to all of you who wants to have cherry tomatoes. Thank you. Bye. So just to add up with the video as well, what are the things that I did to maintain it during the process of growing it is, one, I have put this stick over here, the sticks here that are connected to each other. I have improvised to just put a scotch tape over it because there's two sticks involved. And yeah, one is support. Number two is proper watering, and you make sure that you don't let the soil too dry, and at the same time don't make it too wet, because when the soil is too wet, there would be nuts that will be living in there, and these nuts are the small flies around the house that really annoys you. I have experienced that, and it took me a couple of days. Even now, actually, I'm on that process to try to avoid them. But before, it was really, really bad, and I found out the way of getting rid of them. So make sure that you don't overwater your cherry tomatoes, and don't let the soil have so much water sagging. Number three is I put crushed eggshells on the soil. It adds more protein to it, makes it healthier and happier at the same time. Notice how they actually grow so fast with it as well. And yeah, that's most probably what I do for the nutrients of the cherry tomato. And I only use a normal potting soil from the local plant store. I didn't mix anything. I just used the ones that they have for normal potting, and that's it, along with the other things that I've said a while ago.